All right, everybody, good evening. So I'm posting this video on IGTV for you to do today's workout, the one I did this morning. Like I said, unfortunately, it did not save. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the warm-up, show you the exercises and how to do it, but it won't be coached throughout the whole video, right? So you're gonna have to time yourself, unfortunately, if you wanna do this workout. So let's go over the exercises that you would do in the warm-up. So I like to start the warm-up with just some high knees. So you're lifting your knees really high here, a little higher than hip level, and you can lift about 10 to 20 reps per leg. Once you're done with your high knees, you're gonna move on to a squat, and then you're gonna lift your leg to the side laterally. Squat again, then lift into the other side. You're gonna squat 20 times and lift your leg in each direction 10 times. For your next movement, you're gonna step forward into a lunge, drop your hands to the floor, and the hand that is closest to your leg, that's the one that's gonna open up to the ceiling. Put yourself back down here, push yourself all the way back, and then switch legs, okay? Again, into that lunge, the knee stays off the floor, and you're reaching up for the ceiling. So you're gonna do that 10 reps, or 5 reps, sorry, on each side. For your third move, or fourth, wherever we're at, we're gonna hinge at the hips, walk your hands on the floor, come to a push-up position, hold that position here, and then walk yourself back up. All right, so you're gonna do that movement 10 times as well. Then we're gonna open up the upper body and the shoulder joint here. You're gonna start doing some, what I call some windmills here, 10 per arm, really big circles here, and then switch another 10 on the other side. And then we'll do both arms, but going backwards. About 20 total, so 10 per arms here, getting the hips to move as well on that reverse windmill. And just to, again, get the upper body to warm up as well. From here, if there's any time left in your 5-minute warm-up, typically I do a 5 minutes. You can do a little bit longer, a little bit shorter if you want, but I like to add about 30 seconds of jumping jacks, right? Getting your feet out, hands overhead. And if you want to add anything else, you can do that as well. So that's gonna be your warm-up, about 5 minutes, like I said. Then you can get into the meat of the workout. So actually, I would pause the video right now. Make sure you get your 5 minutes of warm-up, and then come back to the video.
Pause it.
Okay, so right here, we're gonna go into the first part of your workout, which is gonna be the tempo and the hold part. You're gonna be doing 8 reps of the 4 exercises here, and then when you finish, you repeat. Time yourself for 10 minutes on this first part. So let's go over the movements. You're gonna be doing an iso lunge. So the way we're gonna do this, we're gonna do the tempo on the way down. 1, 2, 3 seconds on the way down. Hold that position while you lift your arms up to shoulder level, and then come back up. If you have dumbbells, you can even have dumbbells in your hands here for that exercise. You don't want to go very heavy anyways. Maybe 5 or 15 pounds would be perfect. So you would go 1, 2, 3, hold it on the way down, and lift your arms to shoulder level. So 8 reps of this movement, and then you're gonna switch the legs. Do another 8, same idea going down, but this time you're gonna lift the arms to the side versus lifting forward. Okay, so that's for the iso lunge to raises. So we got the front raise and the lateral raise. Then we're gonna do a lateral leg lift with the band. So I don't have my bands with me, but gonna be putting, and you can do that body weight as well without the bands. So you can put those bands right below your knee, and you're gonna lift your legs to the side, and you're gonna hold your leg as high as you can for about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, come back down. So again, lift your legs to the side, hold it high for 3 seconds, so keep squeezing your glute, and then relax. So you're gonna do that 8 reps per leg. The fourth movement is gonna be a sit-up with tempo. So on the eccentric part, the part where you go down on it. So you're gonna control 1, 2, 3, maybe even a little bit longer on the way down, and then come all the way right back up. So you're gonna do that 8 times again with a nice, slow tempo. Your option for this one would be to do a crunch where you lift your shoulder blades off the floor, hold it for about 3 seconds at the top, and then come really slowly on the way down. I would challenge you to try and get about 2 rounds in the 10 minutes. If you follow the tempos, that's about the number of rounds that you'll be able to get in a 10-minute block. So So if you're starting right now, pause it, time yourself for 10 minutes, and let's come back to this next part after that. So for the next part, you're gonna be in what I call the sweat time. You're gonna have 5 exercises. You should time yourself for 15 minutes on this one. And for most exercises, you're gonna be doing 10 reps, although that bird dog is gonna be a little bit different, so I'm gonna explain right now. So the first one is called a pop squat. You're gonna squat over here at the center and do a quarter turn facing one direction, squat back down to center, quarter turn facing the other way. So every time you squat down, that's a rep. You're gonna face in each direction 5 times for it. For your bird dog, you have your knees under your hips, your hands under your shoulders, and you're gonna kick opposite side. But we're gonna do a 10-second hold. So make sure there's enough distance between your shoulders, enough distance between your knees. We're kicking those out and you're holding it for 10 seconds. So count it in your head, come back to the center and switch sides. Again, leg fully extended, arm fully extended. Abs are engaged, you're breathing in through your nose if you can. You're gonna do that 3 reps per side. Okay, so a total of 6 10-second holds. It's gonna take you about a minute or so to do that exercise. Moving on to the push-up to shoulder touch. So for this one, you're gonna do 10 push-ups, and you're touching each shoulder once for every push-up. So it looks like this. Go a little bit wider here in your stance with your feet, because after the push-up, you wanna make sure that you're not moving too much as one hand comes off the floor, touches your shoulder, and then you switch, touch the other shoulder, and then you start back up. Push up, shoulder touch, shoulder touch. 10 of those. You can drop to your knees if you need to when you're doing that push up, right? And then shoulder touch, shoulder touch. Number 4, we got a lateral lunge to jump squat. Well, this one's gonna work. You're gonna step to the side, bring your hips back as you do your lateral lunge. Come to the top, make sure you get about hip width apart between your legs, and you jump squatting. So again, lateral lunge into a jump squat. Lateral lunge into a jump squat. 10 times going one way, another 10 going the other way. So total jump squats basically for the set is going to be 20 reps. Last movement here for this block is the side plank to rotation. So you're gonna stack your feet up, lift your hips high off the floor, and then a hand behind the head. You're gonna bring the elbow down to the floor, and then bring it all the way up towards the ceiling, trying to keep the hips high. Like I said, option would be to put the weight on the knee here, lift your hips high, and get that rotation from here. So you're doing that 10 reps on each side. And then you start over, right? Your goal here, I would say, is to aim for about 3 rounds of those 5 exercises within the 15 minutes. You should get a good sweat if you do that. And this is where we get to the last part. So first off, you're gonna start, pause it, do your 15 minutes and come back. So in this last part, this is the challenge I got for you today. It's a 30 on, 30 off. So you got your timer with you. You're gonna time yourself. You're doing the exercises for 30 seconds, then you get 30-second break, and you move on to the next one. I'm modifying from the original 2 rounds, and I even got an extra challenge for those of you that want it. But the basics, so you got the pop squat, which I showed you right earlier. It's squatting at the center and then quarter turn. You're timing yourself for 30 seconds. Heart rate's gonna go up, take that break, and then you're gonna do the sit-ups. Right here, no tempo needed. You're just getting as many sit-ups as you can for 30 seconds. Then you're gonna move on to the monster walk. So there's the part, if you have the bands, you put the bands below the knee, and you're gonna walk laterally for 30 seconds, back and forth. If you don't have them, just go for speed without the bands. As fast as you can, laterally, step, step, step. 30 on, 30 off. And the last exercise is gonna be an iso squat front raise. So if you have resistance band, you can put them around your wrist. You would hold that bottom position and keep the distance between your arms going up and down and staying down for 30 seconds. Now, if you don't have bands, just keep your arms up. Maybe you hold a couple cans in your hands and try and keep them up for 30 seconds as you're at the bottom position of that squat. Cool? So that would be your first round. You get 30 on, 30 off. On round 2, If you feel like round one you could have pushed a little bit more, how about you try and go 35 on, 25 off? And instead of doing two rounds, how about you add a third round if you have the time, if you want to, add a third round. And if you feel like you can do longer with shorter break, that's fine with me. Try it out. Okay, so that's gonna be my challenge for you guys. And lastly, once you're all done right here with your 2 or 3 rounds that you decide to do in the challenge, you're gonna finish with a 1-minute plank hold, right? So you're just gonna drop to your elbows here, keep your glutes engaged, core tight, and hold that plank for 60 seconds. I'm not filming any specific cool down for you guys today, so if you want to, you can go back to yesterday's workout, but I will be filming one tomorrow. I know that now on the Instagram Live, the limit is an hour, so I'll make sure to keep tomorrow morning's workout at 8 a.m. to an hour or less, so that I can repost it after for you guys and you get the full guidance through the workout. But anyways, I hope you can get a good workout of this one if you're following this video. Let me know what you think of it, and yeah, have fun.